What is up, guys? Waiting on parts. Can't really do anything. This is all tore apart. Ready for the new oil pump to go back on. I'm waiting for an OEM gasket. I talk all about it in the video that you'll see as soon as I get the OEM gasket and why I'm going to use the OEM gasket. But I have nothing to do until I get that. It was supposed to be here today. Something came up and it ended up not getting shipped out. So I'm kind of dead in the water. I know I talked about using the paper gasket and just coating it in silicone in my last video, but I decided not to do that. Like I said, I've already talked all about it. You just haven't seen that yet. It'll be in the next video, I promise. It should all be here Monday or Tuesday. There's no way I can get this on the road even if the gasket is here Monday, because I still gotta wait for everything to dry and the oil pan, the silicone, everything is set up. So I figured I'd go over my plans and let you guys know what I'm planning to do with this car and the Huracan this spring/summer. As soon as this gets all put back together and is running right, if you remember, I put it back on stock injectors. I'm going to put the 800cc injectors in. I got the AEM standalone ECU. I'm going to have it tuned, speed density, two-step, all the fun stuff, hoping to hit somewhere around 500 horsepower. And I still want to do the whole flat bottom tray underneath the car. I want to do like a whole flat piece of aluminum that comes out into a splitter, cover up the bottom like a flat bottom, put some vents in there, help suck it to the ground. So I still want to do all that. Still got to get an exhaust for this, and eventually I want to do cams. That's pretty much the plans with the VR4 and interior. You know, I'm going to redo the whole interior on this thing eventually. You know, I don't know what I want to do with the seats yet. I was thinking about getting them reupholstered, but I also really like the Recaros that are in the Evo. I talked about that before. And I don't know about the steering wheel. One of you guys sent me a link to someone that makes these steering wheels. They look like this, but they're like, I don't know. If I can find the picture, I'll throw up a picture of the steering wheel. And then I'm just going to clean this all up. This thing's going to be mint, and it's got to be painted. Which Adrian actually is a really good painter. I've seen some stuff that he painted, so we might actually be painting this car ourselves. I originally planned on just, getting it all running, all back together, getting it all cleaned up. Oh, I still got to do everything back here. It's all new back here. I've said that a couple times, but I'm still going to drop this subframe, clean it all up, paint it. Then the whole car is going to be painted. But like I said, Adrian, I've seen some of his work. It's pretty good. And he has a paint booth. So me and him might just be doing it instead of it going somewhere. So that's the plans for the VR4. I just got to get it done. It sucks that I'm waiting on parts, but what are you going to do? I need the OEM gasket. Like I said, I've talked about it a couple times. The OEM gasket's better than any other gasket you can get. It's dipped in like this wax material, and I'd just rather do that, especially with all the problems that I was having with that oil pump. I'd rather just go with a good OEM gasket than a paper gasket that's just going to fail me down the road. You'll see all of that in the next video. And then after that, I don't know what I want to do. I'm kind of going to leave it up to you guys. I want to do stuff to the Huracan. I already have wheels for it, and I want to find an exhaust, and I want to walk you guys through how to do that. Everyone seems so scared to work on these cars, and if you've been here for a long time, it's been, 2 years, back when I had the R8, I did all the R8 stuff myself. I did the exhaust, I did oil changes, I did stuff like that, I did tires. It's not that hard. I can't bring myself to sit here and drop, 20 grand on an exhaust because it's for a Huracan. It's crazy how expensive these exhausts are, because here's the R8 exhaust. These are literally the same exhaust. This is from the R8. This is all it is. It's just this can, these pipes, and then just V-band clamps on. The only thing you're really paying for is the nice welds and that they get the mounting points right. You need a mounting point here and a mounting point down there. If you look at it, they're literally just pipes. Like, all you need is one pipe coming from there, and the two for straight pipes. I at least want an X pipe. I really just want the same exhaust that I had on the R8, but for the Huracan. Now the Huracan is a little bit bigger, so I can't buy the R8 exhaust. They don't fit. I think the mounting points are a little bit different, but that's what I want. I really just want the same exhaust. That exhaust sounded great on the R8. I want an X pipe with 2 little glass packs on there, and I want to wrap it, which I think I'm going to try to do it myself. I want to at least do like some sort of livery on it. Oh, and a wing. I also want to do a wing, but I don't want to drill into this, so I need to find a new one of these. The wings usually mount into these, but this piece comes off. You see this right here, this whole outline? It comes off the car, and you can sometimes buy these with the wing, or even if I can just find another junk one or something. I just don't want to drill into the original one, so when I go sell the car, I can just put this back on. And I want to get a tune. So this is the 580-2, so it's got 580 horsepower, and it's rear-wheel drive. They also make a 610-4, which has 610 horsepower, and it's four-wheel drive. They're the same cars, except for the drivetrain. So you can literally flash the tune from the 610 into this car pretty much. You'll have 610 horsepower and rear-wheel drive. And I want to do that. And if for some strange reason my YouTube channel ever takes off, I want to get a VF supercharger on it. You guys can't see anything. I don't have the keys with me, so I can't open this. But VF supercharger gives you 800 horsepower. And with their burble tune, I love their burble tune. VF sells a tune that you can just buy for this. It's a burble tune. It like overfuels on downshifts. And then this, I need to throw that radiator in there. There's a small drip in the radiator on the FD. I've had this coil radiator sitting over here forever. I've just been so focused on the VR4 that I haven't even touched this. It's a very slow drip at the very top, so it actually stopped. It hasn't dripped in forever, because once it gets that low on fluid, it doesn't really leak anymore. And that's pretty much it, guys. That's pretty much my plan. I also still have the S14, the 240, whatever you want to call it, and I have the LS still. I can throw in there. I can still twin turbo that S14, make a 1,000 horsepower drift car. I'm really focused on this right now. That's the main thing that I'm focused on, is trying to get this done. It just sucks. You know what I mean? Like, I'm just bummed out because this should have been on the road, driving, tuned, and at the paint shop. If the engine builders didn't screw me. You know, I wasted a month sitting here trying to figure out what was wrong with it running, and then I found out that they had the cams in backwards. And then it was dumping out oil. And then I find out that they torqued it down too much and it's all jacked up. You'll see that, more of that in the next video, I promise. Alright boys, well there's a quick update. That's pretty much all I got for you this week. I promised you guys I'd have a video out every Monday, so this should be on the road. I'm not even going to promise you that, because it seems like every time I turn around I got a hiccup. But it should. I should get the gasket Monday, just slap this thing back together, and it should be fine. Alright guys, well that's going to be the end of this video. You guys have any suggestions of stuff you guys want to see me do? You guys want to see me go real crazy? You guys want to see me just do a single turbo on this thing? Throw some big cams in it, go single turbo, spend the next year just constantly working on the same car and never actually gets on the street? Alright boys, I'll see you in the next one.